Yo, so I just got done watching DMC anime, and Jesus Christ, that was the best fucking thing I ever watched in my life, boy. As a DMC fan, as a guy who loved the fucking franchise, this shit was perfection. Well, near perfection. Okay, first and foremost, this fucking rabbit is a Aizen level threat. Like, this man is pulling off Aizen level manipulation. Like, in episode 5, the shit he does is so fucked up. But, like, damn, like, it was just like seeing it play out, because like I can't really explain how you don't watch sport the anime itself, but just like seeing it play out, you realize how kind of fucked up the guy is. Dante is Dante. You can't hate him. He's by far the best character in the anime. But the best episode hands down is episode 6, even though it had like nothing to do with Dante. The music with me is kind of hit or miss. Mainly hits, but there are just some things I didn't like that they did with music. Mainly the iconic soundtracks like Bury the Light and Devil Trigger. I didn't really like how they just used our remix version. I think they should have used the original version, but either way, it still hits. The opening, on the other hand, God, where do I even start? Dog, this opening was so... It was perfect. It was actually perfection itself. Like, the opening is the type of song when you hear it, you just know it fits so fucking well in DMC. The voice acting though is also kinda hit or miss for me. But unlike the music where it's mostly hits, I kinda don't really know the feel like to be voice acting. But Johnny Young Bosch as Dante was incredibly well, but I can't stop just hearing Nero. I really wish I just used Dante's voice actor. I can't remember the reason why he's not voice acting Dante anymore. I know it's like some weird reason, like he believes in aliens or some shit like that. But I really still do wish that I'd used Dante's voice actor. But overall, Johnny Young Bosch still put up an incredible performance. But the rabbit though, this man was perfect. I don't know who voiced him, but whoever voiced the rabbit, you were perfect. The man put up a generational performance. My favorite part out of his entire performance was when he was talking about Sparta. Because for that one moment, he drops his little showman personality and lets it slip how much he just hates Sparta, and you just feel the rage coming over him. But then we get into people like Lady, who was just saying fuck every 10 seconds, and honestly, I didn't really fuck with his performance. Enzo was actually pretty entertaining. He was annoying, but pretty entertaining. And the vice president was so meh, like his character was predictable as fuck. Now, for this part of the video, this is kind of just going to be a fan just kind of saying I wish I'd done this with the anime. But I really wish for like, whenever Dante put out his sword or started using his guns, you would hear gunslinger or swordsmith. Like just sounded like a little smaller background noise. Or like in episode 1 when he uses super speed, you would have just hear Trickster. Also, I really wish for the final fight he had just used Royal Guard. I honestly really hate how they was just baiting me with Agni and Ruja, because every time Dante and the both of them was on screen, I keep on thinking Dante was going to kill them and turn them into devil arms, but he never does. Like, this anime would definitely be 20 times better if every time Dante fought like a character, he just killed them and turned them into a devil arm. Especially Cavalier Angelo. I really wish Dante had just killed his ass and turned him into Cavalier. I wish with Dante had just awakened the Devil Trigger, that soul would just run right through his body. Because there's just this running joke in the entirety of the games that, well, every time, at least once in the game, he had to get impaled by Rebellion. One thing that also kind of annoyed me was that the way we get to see Lucia was that she was getting beat up by the government. Keep in mind, Lucia is a demon. Like, she's not getting beat up by the government, though. I also didn't like the weird little subplot romance between Dante and Lady, because I'm just more of a fan of Dante just having terrible luck with women. I also do wish that they had used more characters from like the main franchise itself. I feel they want to do so for season 2, because we actually see the main antagonist for DMC2 at the end of, well, the anime, as well a teaser. So I do believe they're going to use more characters, but I hopefully do wish we get to see Mawson, Paddy, Trish for sure, like a lot more characters. I'm also curious to see how, like, if this somehow gets a season 3. I was also curious to see how they're going to like explain Neo's existence. You'll see what I mean if you watch the anime. But overall, would I recommend this anime to anyone? Yes, especially if you're a DMC fan, I suggest you give this a watch. But even if you're not a DMC fan, you will be thoroughly entertained. Wow. I could at least confirm that, because this shit is just enjoyable to watch even if you're not a DMC fan. But if you is a DMC fan, you are going to love this anime. I will promise you that. But overall, if you did watch the anime, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them.